Hi, this is Molly. Welcome back to my YouTube channel as we take a look at another chart video. Now with these videos, I am going off of the astrological energies and not by year, because I know that some people have the perception that I'm skipping certain years, but what I'm really looking at is the astrology. So these are the major astrological aspects that are happening over certain periods of time. And you maybe have this energy in your chart. Perhaps one of your siblings has the energy in their chart if they were born around this time. Perhaps one of your parents or your kids has this energy. So what we're looking at is the strong astrology energies of certain time periods and how they perhaps showed up for you in your life. So this is a chart for July 1952. And we're looking at three outer planets. We're looking at Uranus in Cancer. We're looking at Saturn in Libra and Neptune in Libra. Now, these are slow-moving planets, especially Neptune and Uranus. And so it's possible that you have your natal chart with Uranus in Cancer or with Neptune in Libra, even if you don't have Saturn in Libra. So there are potentially parts of this information that will apply to you and resonate with you. So let's start by talking about this Uranus in Cancer. So Uranus is the energy of unexpected developments, chaos, breakthrough, awakenings, liberation. It's the energy of freedom, where you don't want to be held back, you don't want to be held down. And in Cancer, Cancer is your home life, your family. It can be the mother, sometimes it's the father. It's how you grew up. It's the energy you experienced before you were consciously aware, perhaps of even what you were feeling. The Cancer energy is very sensitive. It's very aware of what's happening, and it's looking for safety and security. So this could be an energy signature where you grew up without having a firm foundation in your family. Maybe there was a lot of change. Maybe you moved a lot. Maybe there was transitions that you were experiencing. Maybe you didn't quite feel a stability in your family or in your home life. This could also be related to the energies you picked up around you, because this was what was happening for everyone around the planet. It was a very emotionally unsettled time where there could have been a lot of beginnings and endings, like abrupt starts, quick endings, things changing over. Again, that energy of unexpected life developments where all of a sudden we're moving again, or all of a sudden your parents are getting divorced, or surprise, you have a new sibling coming. There's a sense here of the family and home life feeling a little bit uncertain, maybe tumultuous. It can be exciting. It can be that sense of, there's a lot happening in my family, but because that Cancer energy is vulnerable, soft, and sensitive, it could be overwhelming. So there could have been periods of emotional overwhelm and a sense of not knowing where to hang your hat or not knowing what to expect within the family or within the home environment. And so this energy could have pushed you to a sense of freedom, a sense of I have to do something on my own. I have to find what I want in my life. I have to do it myself. And the Uranus energy wants freedom. It wants independence, wants to go its own way. So there could have been a sense of I want to get on with my life, or I'm ready to go out into the world, to leave behind maybe some of the family dynamics and to do my own thing. So there is a sense here of this energy being disruptive at times, but also maybe feeling like a roller coaster. And so we have this instability squaring the energies of Saturn and Neptune, both in Libra. So Libra is where we share our energies with others, where we want cooperation, collaboration, where we're looking for a healthy giving and receiving dynamic, where we have conversations, we discuss things, where there's a part of us that wants to know, who do I want to be in relationship with? And what are relationships really about for me? So with this stronger influence of Neptune in Libra, there could have been many transitions in your life around the people who come in and come out, where you meet them and you connect for a time and then they move away or they go away or you go away because that Neptune energy dissolves. And this Neptune energy is a spiritual teacher. And I think of it as your higher self that brings in people where you share a part of your journey with, you understand more about their energy, how it relates to your energy, and then they maybe go away or you move on. There can be confusion and uncertainty with that Neptune where you're not meant to be too attached to people, where there's a sense of, I don't know how long this is going to last or what's going to happen. So this can affect how you have formed and experienced relationships where they're part of your spiritual growth. They're part of your surrender. You're learning not to idealize others, to not assume that they're perfect or they have all the answers or that they are a perfect partner. And what does that even mean for you? Because that can be very individual. The Libra energy is looking for common ground and it wants some win-wins. And that could feel like you get that for a time and then it moves on and it moves away. Now, what happens here with this square between Neptune and Uranus is that it creates an emotional instability where you don't feel safe or you don't know who to trust. And the sense of how do I share what I'm feeling can be erratic. It can come up very suddenly. It's like a dam bursting and all these feelings come out and everything comes out. And it's a very different experience here because that Neptune in Libra is about equilibrium, conversation, and being objective. This is objective energy in Libra, and this is very subjective and personal in Cancer. So there could have been some interesting relationship dynamics where I feel like this Uranus in Cancer is looking for a safe harbor. Where can I relax? Where can I settle down? This can also be the nervous system where you're on the defense. You're like, I'm not going to get too close to anybody. I'm not going to open up because I think they're just going to leave. I don't know that this is going to last. There can be the abandonment fears. There can be rejection fears. There can be a sense of what's the point of getting too close? These can be some big questions that you've either considered or pondered consciously or unconsciously. This is where you're looking to trust someone, where you want to share the journey. That Libra energy, it wants to share. But there could be a part of you that's related to your childhood experiences or your inner child that doesn't know that you can trust just yet, or you've had to work through it. By the way, this could be in the past tense. Like this could be some of the lessons or experiences you've had that you've moved through. Maybe you saw it in certain dynamics or certain relationships. But there's something here where you're not sure who to open up to because a part of you has an expectation that it's going to leave, that it's not going to stay, that there hasn't been stability here. Now, if you have Saturn in Libra, then this is where you take relationships very seriously and you're looking to go slow. It's forming relationships slowly over time. Let's see how this evolves. Let's see how they show up. Let's see how I show up. Let's make sure that, this is a good connection, that there's something for both of us here, that we're learning about each other and that there is a mutual exchange that's healthy. But this Saturn might be squaring Uranus, which again goes back to I don't need this. I'm not going to do this. I don't know if this is going to work. It's being emotionally unsettled, but also kind of erratic, emotionally erratic. Like, I'm just done. I'm not going to do this anymore. And leaving, like just being gone, disappearing, returning to something that feels safe. So there's a very strong relationship dynamic here that perhaps you've been aware of, perhaps you've observed, or you're in touch with, around trusting people. But I feel like this Uranus in Cancer, it can be immature. Cancer can be immature because it's stuck in the past or something from childhood that maybe it was really hard to let go of. Now, Uranus wants you to let go of it, wants you to be free from some kind of emotional pain, emotional burden, something that really harmed you. The Uranus energy in its higher expression is teaching you how to be your own adult, like that you carry your own wisdom with this, and to be aware of your emotional responses to relationships. Saturn matures us. Saturn brings in the people who help us learn and grow. And so if you have Saturn here in Libra, these relationships could have been a playground of understanding dynamics, the healthy energies in relationships, and what is required of you to also be that healthier version of yourself. I feel like one of the higher intentions of this Libra energy is that it matures you into a more objective understanding of yourself. And this is where anything with relationship counseling, therapy, psychology can be really beneficial to see more clearly, in yourself, because there's a detachment with Libra where you can be like, this is what matters to me today. These are my values today. This is who I have matured into. I'm no longer this child. I'm no longer that version of myself that I was when the world was out of my control. And again, this could be feeling overwhelmed by what was happening around you as you were growing up. This could be not knowing what to do with how you felt or what you needed. This could be considering and pondering, well, what is home? What does that mean to me? What does it mean to feel at home in myself? And so the emotional world would have a lot to explore and understand, but this could be really confusing to a partner, to a relationship. It's almost like this can be emotionally dumping on someone out of the blue, and they're like, what just happened? What is going on? I didn't realize something, triggered you or brought up so much. This can be something you've experienced on either side of the spectrum. But there's something that you're working through related to your emotional imprints at a young age that are playing out through mature adult relationships that maybe you just haven't seen clearly, but you're learning it. It's a really big part of your soul growth, your spiritual growth. And if you have these two planets in Libra, you're learning objectivity, detachment, balance, emotional equilibrium, healthy relationship dynamics, and what you're responsible for and what you're not responsible for. Like the boundaries. Boundaries would also be another big theme because maybe there weren't boundaries. Cancer energy needs to feel safe with boundaries, but if there were no boundaries, that sets up this huge opening in your energy field that you've been unaware of. And I'm getting the visual of the aura of a child being so open, like so vulnerable and sensitive and wanting love and wanting to connect to the point where you didn't know what the healthy boundaries were, whether that's from someone else or even just what it meant to have boundaries. And then there can be leaks in the energy that's like, I'll do anything to be loved. I'll do anything to feel connected. I will do whatever it takes to not be rejected. I will stay in a relationship way past its due date just to not be abandoned. So these would be some themes that can show up because you're learning about the healthy relationship dynamics that you experienced or did not experience when you were younger. So there's definitely a tying in back to early childhood, family dynamics, parents, what you observed in your parents that was healthy or not. So keep in mind, this quickly becomes complicated depending on your own chart, depending on where you have energies that are strong. So this Libra energy is actually talking to your Venus. And the Venus energy in your chart is showing you what you need to feel loved, confident, safe, how to have important conversations, more about your relationship dynamics that you need. And then this Uranus in Cancer is talking to your moon because the moon rules Cancer. So then your moon sign is going to give you more information about your emotional needs, about what you're looking to feel on a daily basis that is correct for you, that provides more of what's been missing, as well as more of what you're able to take care of for yourself and to provide for yourself. So very interesting dynamics here, and I hope this has been beneficial and helpful in providing some understanding of the themes of these energies, what you maybe have experienced. And keep in mind, this could be related to your parents or to your siblings or to someone else in your life and what they have been through and the energies they're moving through in this lifetime. So thank you so much for joining me. I will be doing more of these videos for you on YouTube here. And in the meantime, I have a podcast every Monday and Wednesday. And I do appreciate you subscribing to my channel, as well as your comments, your likes, and your shares. Thank you so much, and I'll be back here soon.